Hello everyone, hope you're doing alright today. I have for you some IO gameplay running the Concentrated Fire and Random Charge Legendaries and then the Energized Charges Tactical for the big DPS. Here are the utilities that I'm taking. This is going to be a full guide on how to play IO. If you want that video, by all means, link in the description below for the full guide. So that way you too can be slightly less dog at the struggling class that is IO right now. So, this is not going to be a full breakdown video of like a PvP review VOD. Frankly, I just don't have time to do it right now. For like the 20 minutes of content you see in those VOD reviews, it takes like 5 hours of work. So we're just gonna fly this one kind of blind, and I'm gonna walk through my thought process and things that have gone right, things that could have gone better. So we will see how it goes. For example, one thing that could have gone better is this UI mishap right here, where I accidentally have my keyboard and mouse on top of my actual UI. So I do apologize. The things you're not seeing here are my Warzone med pack, my Warzone adrenal, and my energy shield. The rest is kind of up to you, not that important. So, what are we going to be doing here in the opener? Well, they have Double Deception Sin and AP Power Tech, which is going to be kind of a bad time for us. Deception Sin does a boatload of damage and has a boatload of stun, and AP Power Tech is obviously AP, it just blows things up. So what we want to do in the opener here is we want to be stunning one of the Deception Sins when they open. If we can stun one of those Deception Sins in the opener using our Concussion Missile, we should be good to go, at least help our Sage survive a little bit longer than he might otherwise. So we're going to run in, hopefully stun out the Sin, and then hop on the Power Tech. Power Tech doesn't have great survivability, so we're going to be going him first. Unfortunately here, we get some a little bit unfortunate. A good play by this guy. This man right here, God Tier Gamer, he heard the Conch Missile go off and then pop Shroud right in time so that way he doesn't get CC'd. So we're already off to a kind of slow start. However, he now doesn't have Shroud. So if our Sage can live this for a little while longer, we should be good to go. And now I make a really dumb decision here. We kind of ape down to get this Power Tech. I have no good reason right now to leave this line or this upper level. Like we even talked about like, hey, let's stay up top for knocks. So if we stay up top, we can knock people off. They have a bunch of melee. This actually works out really nice for us if we stay up here. But like a moron, I hit the W key too hard and I went off the side because I wanted to chase the PT. And then the PT gets chased. And so we had to close the distance here because if we, in theory, we could stay back here, right? Like we're a ranged class, let's take advantage of our range, but there's so much LOS right here that if the PT just moves right behind this pillar, there's no way for me to easily get to him staying back here. So I kind of have to close the gap here, otherwise he's gonna hop into cover and then we're not gonna be able to kill him effectively. So that's kind of my thought process running forward and then just holding W into this man. We're just gonna keep murdering him, hopefully until he's dead. He has Cold Throw running, Shield running, he should be kind of done zoning from here. And then the Sin gets on me. So we're going to start off with an Energy Shield. For those of you who don't know, Energy Shield provides like 25% DR. It's pretty nice. And then every time that you hit, we're going to be building these little stacks of healing. So that way when our shield expires, we get a fair bit of healing. So it's not the end of the world if this guy wants to tunnel into us. Like that's totally fine for right now. We're going to rocket out of the way, build some space here, and then hopefully be on our way. But he's going to keep coming for us, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, right now, the plan is supposed to be go Nat, which is, great in theory. However, when the opportunity arises, this guy is going to get into a surprising amount of trouble here. So he's going to come back out. He's going to pop on me, going to pop Reflect here so that way I don't die immediately. And then this guy's going to get netted. Now, this is actually very dangerous for this man. If you notice, he has net on him, which prevents him from stealthing out and gives a whole bunch of damage, which is good. And he has Shroud going, which means that I have my follow-up net, which is going to be very, very dangerous for him. So what I'm going to do is we're going to wait out this Shroud, wait for it to go away, and as soon as it's gone, boop, we're going to hit him with the follow-up net. And then he just kind of dies here because there's no way that he's going to survive the situation. Extra net on him, no Shroud, no defensive cooldowns. He just kind of dies. Thank goodness, because that was a surprisingly tense situation. I was going to probably have to pop... I had my med pack still, I had my adrenal still, but it would have been a little more tense than it probably needed to be. I came over here and tried to start healing. Like, this is exceptionally dumb. I did a real dumb right here. So right now, our Sin gets a stealth off, right? So he's stealthing out, he's running away. I made an executive decision like a moron to try to off-heal him when he's running off this way. He's about to LOS me. I should have definitely been tunneling into their Sin right here, who is buffs. I should have definitely tabbed onto this Sin. I did not. I was like, oh, let me protect my boy here when he had stealth out, and he had Shroud running, so he's not going to take any damage. So he's totally fine here. Even though his health bar is low, I kind of panicked and was like, oh, let me off heal, when I 100% should have tabbed onto buffs, because buff's going to LOS around this corner, and then he's going to get out of combat and stealth. So really unfortunate. This could have been a lot less tense if I had just like tab targeted correctly, but that's all right. We have an extra shield going, so we're just going to take no damage here. We're going to tab back onto buffs when applicable. I got stuck in a root though, so kind of Sag times all around. But this is kind of just cleanup land right now. Buffs has no more cooldowns. Nat is just going to run around, do his very best to try to get Shell Shocker. But between me still having my my Warzone med pack and my Adrenal, this is just kind of a W for the boys. So we end up going next. I'm assuming Buffs is going to disappear here soon. Nat's going to run away. Barrier, we're just forcing consistent 3v1s. Buffs had to come back. So essentially what we were doing here is we were bullying the person that survived. So by targeting the one person that's still available and around to get hit, we force them to run away and pop all the cooldowns. And then by the time their teammate comes back, they just shuffle back and forth and back and forth. It's a complete death spiral in PvP. If you can tunnel the one target that's available to you and force them to run away and stealth out, you make very good opportunities for yourself. We talked about this previously in a bunch of other videos. PvP is a numbers game. If you can force 3v1s, 2v1s, 4v3s, 3v2s, etc., forcing the numbers to be into your advantage is going to be way more useful than anything else in this game. Now, I had kind of a hunch here that they were going to come me this time because it's Buffs. He likes to tunnel me because we're buds. It's just kind of what he does. Going the Sin first that time didn't really work out for them. Additionally, I have Net, which makes me very dangerous to the Sin. So if they can take out that Net first, great. So here they come, and then suspicions confirmed. Now, what did we pop first? We popped our Reflect. This is going to stop us from taking all that single target damage. We have this TD taking in our trade. It's going to reflect for us. Most of the time, they're not expecting the instant reflect, so you get a fair bit of healing out of it. So instead of overlapping our shield, which I usually do, I try to go shield first. If we just pop Reflect in the opener here, you're going to survive a whole lot longer. We have our white bar. We don't have to be that worried. So got a fair bit of healing out of our Reflect, and then we go right into our shield for the extra bit of healing, the extra bit of DR. Now, one thing we did here, what did we do right? We stayed up top and we used our Nox. What did we talk about 3 seconds ago? We want to create 3v4 opportunities. If we send this man into Madagascar, suddenly we have a 3v or a 4v2 up top, which is very good for us. Unfortunately, we did not get the full knock, which is kind of tragic. A Buff stayed up top, which is kind of sad. However, we have this PT down on his ropes here. We're going to get the full heal off of our Culto Shield in 2 seconds. That's great. And then we use our Med Pack to kind of survive a little bit longer. I preemptively popped my Culto here just because I know that this Sork and this Sin are both on me. But we're going to get into kind of Bone Land here. I'm going to net him first, and then hopefully we'll go back to bet Nagaruskis. Yeah, it's just absolute nothing he can do there. If he had his Breaker, great. But unfortunately, if he uses his Breaker, my Commando uses his net there. So that was a very, very fast-paced, very quickly. Essentially, when we were in trouble and out of defensive cooldowns, I spent my net to make sure that we used it before I died. There was a relatively solid chance that I'd die here, but by using our net in that moment, even if it's not like the perfect net or the perfectly timed net, we got it off, which is way more important if you're a commando or a mercenary. Get your net off if you're going to die, even if it's not the greatest net in the world, totally fine. Have a bit of fun here because I'm going to yell at Buffs for going me first because that's what he does. Got a little package for him in the mail, so hopefully he enjoys that. FedEx, of course, does deliver. So this was kind of a fun game. We had some interesting moments where we got the chase. We got to do a little bit of double netting action. Got to do a little bit of the surviving and the tanking. So if you have any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, conundrums about playing IO in range, by all means, let me know. This is kind of just my thought process and an easy way to crank out a video very quickly because I am drastically running out of time. It's kind of a problem. However, hopefully that'll be resolved shortly. So hope you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.